Hey everybody and welcome back. Today we have a very special restorative practice. We're going to stay very low to the ground as we did with our first video, but this time we're bringing a couple of props. And these are all things that you'll have at home. We're going to get a towel and roll it up the long ways and grab 2 or 3 pillows out of your bed. Be wearing something comfy. We're going to go back to a class favorite of mine, affectionately known as nap time yoga. So go ahead and get ready, and I'll meet you back here on the mat. So today, to get started, we're going to start here on our backs. We'll go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the floor, knees towards the ceiling, and take just a moment here to tuck the chin, find a little length in the neck, and then heel toe the feet as wide as the mat so the knees fall together and we can really relax here. We start to notice the breath. Notice where we are today. And then start to take long, deep inhales through the nose and exhale them back out through the nose. As we inhale, the abdomen rises, the chest rises, and as we exhale, the belly button melts down towards the spine. And we'll take just a moment to notice how you're feeling today. Notice if there's any tension in the body we can let go. Soften through the hands, the toes, the face, the jaw. And continue to deepen that breath, settling in here, slowing the body, slowing the mind. And we'll take just 2 more rounds of breath this way. Deeply in through the nose. And on your last one, we'll sigh it out through the mouth. We'll go ahead and heel toe the feet back together so that they're about in line with your hips. And we're just going to make some very small, gentle movements in the spine here. So we're going to start on an exhale by rocking your tailbone up so that the lower back comes flush with the mat. On your next inhale, we rock the tailbone back down, creating that space between the lower back and the mat. Exhaling to rock back and inhaling to rock forward. Just gently rocking the hips here, finding some smooth movement that feels nice. And we'll take just one more round wherever you are. And we'll meet with that tailbone tucked back under. And on your next inhale, we'll draw both knees into the chest. And you can rock gently from side to side here, massaging out that lower back, the upper buttocks. If it feels good, maybe bring the hands to the knees, making some circles here. Make sure to take your circle a couple times in the other direction. And finally, we'll come back to center. Give those knees a hug in towards the chest. And if it feels good, on an inhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders, nose towards the knee. We'll exhale that back down and gently roll over to one side and press up to a comfortable seat. We'll go ahead and grab that towel here and just set it underneath the hips so that our knees fall forward. And you can take a little extra space here in the feet so that we're not necessarily binding up or trying to go into full lotus or anything like that today. Give yourself some space. Give yourself a little room to breathe. We'll take a deep inhale together, lifting the head, pulling the shoulders back, and exhaling the shoulder blades down the spine. We relax the shoulders away from the ears, stacking head over heart, heart over pelvis. We take a few of these mindful deep breaths, finding that lift in the chest, maybe a slight lift to the chin. On your next inhale, we're going to bring the hands in front, interlace the fingertips, press them towards the front of the room, and reach them up and overhead, pressing up out of our hips, out of our shoulders. Exhaling, we break free. We'll take that 2 more times, just like that. Inhaling, interlacing the fingers, pressing them up and overhead, reaching, 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 growing tall, and exhaling to break away. Last time here. Inhaling, pressing forward, reaching up and over, maybe carving a line with the nose towards the ceiling. We exhale, send it back down. We'll bring the hands to the knees. And on an exhale, we'll let the chin drop down to the chest. Take a moment here, feeling that deep stretch in the back of the neck. Coming back to that deep breath. And on an inhale, we'll rock the right ear over the right shoulder. Stretching in the left side of our neck. We exhale, chin to chest. And inhale, rocking that left ear over the left shoulder. Exhaling, chin to chest. You can take this gentle rocking movement a couple times at the pace of your own breath. And maybe if it feels good, we, being very careful of the back of the neck, begin to make circles with the nose, listening to the body here, maybe spending a little extra time on places that are a little noisier than others, and making sure that we remember to turn our circle a few times in the other direction. We'll meet back with our chin to chest whenever you're ready. We'll bring the hands to the knees, and on an inhale, we'll loop the shoulders back, lifting the chest and the chin. Exhaling and pressing some weight, catching some weight with those knees. We exhale, chin to chest, rounding through the upper back. Inhaling, looping the shoulders, pulling the chest forward, lifting the chin, finding that spaciousness and openness through the chest and the collarbones. We exhale to round. And inhale to lift. And taking just one more round. Wherever you are. We'll stack head over heart, heart over pelvis. Taking a couple long, deep breaths here. We'll make our way to all fours, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees, grounding down through the fingertips and the tops of our feet. We'll take a round of breath here, inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. And then we'll go ahead and tuck the toes, and we're going to walk the hands back. So we're stretching a little bit on the feet here, a little bit of maintenance for the soles. When we sit up tall, you can walk those knees a little further. If this isn't working for you, you can come to the tops of your feet, no worries. We're going to go ahead and grab a couple of these pillows here for our next pose. We'll come forward. You can come down to the tops of those feet now and walk the knees as wide as the mat. And we're going to bring those pillows all the way up to the hip creases. We're going to take a supported extended child's pose here. So we're going to be slow getting there, being very mindful and careful with the body, bringing the hands out. And maybe you find a little rocking here in the hips, a little bit of movement. And slowly, and if it feels good, maybe begin to crawl down. Coming all the way down, bringing our forehead down to the pillows. If you want, you can stack another pillow here for even more support and space, but eventually just resting the body over. And we'll start bringing our right cheek down to the pillows. Taking some really deep breaths here, noticing as our hips melt back towards our heels. We'll take one more round of breath here, and we'll come up about halfway and just turn our head over and rest our left cheek, crawling the hands back out. We'll take just one more round of breath wherever you are, and then we'll slowly walk it back up. We'll set our pillow mountain off to the side and come back, stacking those hips. We'll take a deep inhale through the nose and a long exhale through the nose. And we'll go ahead and walk it back forward onto all fours. We'll take a round of cat-cow here. We'll inhale, let the belly drop. And exhale to round through the upper body. Inhaling to lift. And exhaling to round. Really taking your time here, flexing through the spine, imagining space between each vertebrae. Maybe if it feels good, we'll send the gaze over the left shoulder, the hips to the right. Taking that to the other side, sending the gaze over the right shoulder, the hips to the left. We'll go ahead and take just one more round of breath wherever you are. And then we'll go ahead and cross here at the ankles and just send it straight back to a seat. We'll send our left leg out long to start, bringing our right heel in, and send that left foot off the side of the mat, just a little bit. So we're not looking for too wide today, but enough to find a little stretch. And we'll sit up tall here, and we're going to grab those pillows again. Maybe 1, 2, or 3, wherever you're feeling today, but find something really supported and really yummy. So bring that all the way up to the hip crease, and we fold over that left knee. And maybe we grab for the foot here, or maybe we just let it hang, not forcing anything and just being gentle. And we bring that left cheek down if that feels good, or the forehead if that feels good. Keep pressing gently down with your left heel into the mat. And relax through that right hip. And let the left knee be just a little bit bent so that we're not locking it out here. Being very careful with the body. And we'll take just one more round of breath here. And on an inhale, we'll slowly come back up and just take that right over to the other side. We're going to send our right foot off the mat, bring that left foot in, transfer our pillows, cat hair, sitting up tall, and exhaling, we walk it out. Noticing this side might be a little different from the other. Maybe you have more space and maybe you have less. Taking this as it comes, taking this with respect and gentleness for your body. So even though I could be grabbing my foot here, it feels better just to relax over these pillows, hold the edge of the pillows, and be supported. I think that sometimes we underestimate how much we need to be supported. And we'll go ahead and take just a couple more rounds of breath here. And then slowly we'll walk it back up. And then we're going to send both legs out long. And bringing the heels close, we'll bring our pillows across both of our legs. Sit up tall, maybe readjust the seat if needed. And we're going to slowly crawl out here, keeping a little brightness in those heels to start. Finding that comfortable place where we can relax over. And then relaxing through the feet. And letting the body rest into our pillows, into our support. And we'll just take 1 or 2 more rounds of breath here. And on an inhale, we'll slowly walk it back up. We'll bring our pillows off to the side and go ahead and grab that rolled up towel. Or you can just take a pillow and fold it in half. I find that works as well. But we'll take this and I'm going to turn here. And we're going to bring this right underneath the spine. So starting at our tailbone and then gently coming down to the back. Letting the feet come about as wide as the mat. And letting the hands rest gently to the hip creases. We should feel a nice opening in the chest here as the shoulder blades spill over to either side of that towel or pillow. And we come back to that breath. Inhaling through the nose, the abdomen rises, and exhaling, the chest contracts, the belly button melts down towards the spine. You can stay here, like this with the legs out long, or for more of a hip opener here, we can take our feet to the mat and grab a pillow for each side. And we'll let the knees fall open like a book. And we could leave out the pillows, but it feels really nice to just let the knees rest, let the body rest. Ugh, more cat hair. Taking a couple more rounds of breath. Hopefully your nose isn't itching from random cat hair. As we begin to still the body here. Maybe the hands come to the inner thighs here for a little bit of extra weight. Maybe that feels nice. And we'll take just one more round of breath here. And on an inhale, we'll gently, using the hands on the outsides of the thighs, close up the knees. We'll slide off of that prop. And we're going to grab our pillows and we'll stack them. And on an inhale, we're going to lift the hips and slide those pillows underneath. And keeping the knees bent, you can walk the feet out as wide as the mat. I'm starting to get a little bit ready for nap time myself here. The hands can rest to the body or maybe out wide. And just relax into this tiny baby supported bridge pose. And breathing deeply into that belly. And feeling our chest and our collarbones expand. And as we exhale, it all melts back down. We'll take just one more round of breath here. And on an inhale, we'll heel toe, those feet back together. We'll gently lift the hips and melt them back down. And from here, you can bend the knees into the chest, rock a couple times from side to side. Maybe you inhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders, knees to nose. Exhaling down. And we'll bring the soles of the feet to the floor. And you can take a second here if you need to pause the video. If there's anything else that might feel good that you think I missed, go ahead and take that. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and send the feet down to the end of the mat. And since we have our pillows here, take your pillows and find any way that might feel good to be comfortable. I like a pillow under the backs of my knees, maybe another one under my head. Set that towel off to the side, and maybe another pillow if you have a heavier pillow, and lay that over the thighs. And basically, just make yourself a little pillow fort of support here for your final resting pose. The hands, maybe they rest to the body, maybe the arms come out long, maybe we even send our arms straight up overhead today. Letting the body be long and heavy. Continuing to take those deep breaths. Noticing if there's any tension that you can consciously release. Beginning to scan the body from the tips of your toes all the way to the crown of your head. Now might be a good time to reach over and pause this video if you'd like to stay here for an extended amount of time. And if you're ready to get up and start moving and get on with your day, we'll bring the hands together, let the thumbs meet at the forehead. We'll thank ourselves for carving out this time to come here and take care of our mind and our bodies. We'll thank each other for coming here to support one another and support the community. And thank you, as always, for being here to practice with me. Namaste.